Hello everybody and welcome back to Banter Wars. My name is Prime Minister Adam.
And I'm Vice President Jim.
And we've settled out the chair problem. There was a problem where he was a lot taller than me. Whereas actually I'm 6'4", and how tall are you? 4'2"?
4 foot nothing.
4 foot nothing. I was overestimating it there. So now that I suppose you've got them a comfy one.
Yes.
You sure you don't want it gold crested or anything like that?
No, this throne is fine, thank you.
Yeah, comfy, are you? Right, we're on Heap B now. 8 more competitors. Last time we had Girls Love Gaming going through after beating your robot.
Yeah, let's not mention that.
Let's mention it a lot. You lost.
Yes.
Yes.
And we're doing Heap B now. We're not going to lose.
Heap B. And we got some wonderful robots, some rather unusual ones today. Let's go into the first battles. I don't think the Prime Minister should be saying anything about the Vice President's robot. His is still to come. Meanwhile, we have the Heap B competitors. We have 2 champions of 1.5. We have a troll bot. We have a king. And we have a gay magician. Let's go into our first battle. It's between Elfblade and the troll robot AJ Pats. Introducing Elfblade, with real blades stolen from real elves, belonging to Santa in the North Pole. This robot is slow, sluggish, but it's big, it's heavy, it has 3 lifting arms and a massive blade that swings from the side. The dual weaponry of this robot is its greatest strength. Can it use it to its advantage in the arena?
Hello fellow YouTubers, my name is Elfblade, and welcome to a heap of games. Banter Wars, oh yeah. Basically real quick, I am a Let's Player, funny moments and challenge videos kind of guy, yeah. So with the introductions aside, let's talk about my awesome robot. I have named him EB, and that's EB for Elfblade. Yeah, I like that name, I thought it was pretty non-unique. Perfect. Basically, my robot is fat and sluggish, but don't let that fool you, because if he's backed into a corner, he will two-punch you with his dual weapon system. That's actually when he's weakest. You may think I've backed him into a corner. He is weak, but that's where you're wrong. Want to challenge me?
This robot has been described as one of the luckiest robots ever to compete in the Banter Wars competition. So much luck on its side. This is AJ Pats with the troll spike from the front and the side splitter. Destined to give everyone a chuckle. Nobody really knows how this one works, not even the person that built it. And the unpredictability is the robot's weakness. Nobody knows where this thing is going to end up. Let's see what AJ has to say about it himself.
Hi, this is AJ. This is my robot. It's square and doesn't do anything, but still wins regardless. Please visit my channel, which is also square, and nothing happens regardless. Thank you.
Our robots are ready. Elfblade Gaming and AJ Pats with the troll bot. Will the AJ Pats luck be triumphant again? They come together at a rather sluggish pace. Can the luck come into play for AJ Pats? The weapon fires, doesn't even hit, and the luck is not there. Elfblade turns AJ Pats over with the 3 flipping arms at the front. The blade comes into action as well, but it's not necessary. AJ Pats is upside down. I think the observer bot's trying to get it back into the action for another go. But it's instantly taken a turn for the worse for AJ Pats' robot. It's now against the arena wall under pressure from Elfblade. But it hasn't really had to do much. It was a great flip from the start by Elfblade. The observer bot still trying to get AJ Pats back into the action, but it's upside down. I think we can safely say it's out of it. It's time to have a bit of fun with a victim observer bot. Go on, towards the arena flipper. Go on. It's on there now. It's going to go flying. 3, 2, 1, and it's already gone. Don't pay any attention to me. Almost out of the arena. It's gone to the other side of the ring. And now the observer bot is free to take on Elfblade and vice versa. The observer bot is a lot more quick than Elfblade is, though it doesn't have the same amount of weaponry, of course. It has no weaponry. It just has the scoop at the front. And it looks like AJ's going to go into the pit. No, not quite yet. Observer bot just wants a bit more fun before it goes into that sort of territory. Now pushing Elfblade towards the other side of the ring. Elfblade somehow managing to chase. It is very slow for any of our robots. Probably one of the slowest in the heat. It's still after the observer bot, just about getting there. AJ passes on the drop zone. You don't want to do that, Elfblade, and that's why you don't want to do that. You do not want to push AJ Pats off the drop zone and drive on yourself, because you're going to get fridged, mate. And you have been fridged. And there's a massive fridge in the ring, but here comes Elfblade, finishing off AJ Pats. It's well deserved. AJ Pats is out. Elfblade will go through to the next round, and the observer bot is just going to tease Elfblade and push it into the pit. A great performance. Unfortunate for AJ Pats. The luck just wasn't quite there today. And the observer bot didn't have much to do to finish off Elfblade afterwards. But Elfblade does go through to the next round of Heat B. Great performance. So that's AJ Pats' luck run dry. Elfblade goes through into the next round. Next up we have two 1.5 champions facing up to each other. Captain Flippington is the Young Bones robot who won the Team Trash tournament in Banter Wars 1.5, and Yaus, the Foreigners champion of 1.5. The Team Trash champion now has a name. Young Bones gaming robot is now called Captain Flippington because of the flipper on the front of the robot. It was partnered with Steezers, who is not entered in Series 2 for the Banter Wars 1.5 Team Trash tournament. Without its compatriot, will it do just as well? Who knows, but if the wheels come off as they always do, chances seem slim.
Ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Peterborough, England, introducing Captain Flippington!
So to face the Young Bones robot in the arena, we have Yaus, the international foreigners champion of Banter Wars 1.5. It had sizzling performances throughout its history. It's got that deadly lifting spike and the even deadlier pink paint job. The weaponry has been historically effective, but against a robot like Captain Flippington, that could all change. Let's go find out.
Yo, what's up? I'm Yaus. I rap, I make vlogs, I make gaming videos on occasion. Adam's a really sick dude, but of course you know that. I mean, you are watching his video. Good luck to the other bots, but I've got a really good feeling about my particular robot, so I'm your average, ordinary, everyday superhero, and you may or may not hear me tomorrow.
Captain Flippington, forgive me if I call it Young Bones, and Yaus, the international champion of Banter Wars. These two come together in the ring, and we expect big things from both these flipping robots. And here they come together, and Yaus is upside down already. What a massive charge from Young Bones Gaming's robot. Captain Flippington lives up to its name and turns Yaus over within seconds of the bout starting. And that could be it. Yaus cannot self-right unless Flippington does something unusual here. It can go after the observer bot, and it is doing so. It's chasing the observer bot now, who manages to turn Flippington over, but that's alright because the robot is invertible. Now we do expect it to lose wheels at some point. It's always happened, as Young Bones have commented themselves. It's now starting to right Yaus. That could be a mistake. Young Bones, Captain Flippington has turned Yaus back onto its wheels, and Yaus is dangerous. That's probably not a wise thing to do, but it's not using that lifting spike on the front quite yet, Yaus. Captain Flippington sat on top of the shell of the house, not doing quite as much as it would need to do in order to win this fight. I'm just waiting for those wheels to drop off, and it could be close now because they're near the side wall with the angle grinders. Young Bones' robot is smoking. Captain Flippington has lost its weapon. It's gone from bad to worse here. Captain Flippington is now on the downside in this one, and Yaus is on top. It was all over at the start. Yaus was upside down, and now it looks like Yaus is going through. It is going through. The Young Bones robot, Captain Flippington, is immobilised. What a turnaround this has been by the international champion, and now it goes for the observer bot. And we could see an upset here as well. The observer bot only been defeated once so far by Girls Love Gaming in a shock result. But Yaus is now on its back. I think Observerbot can take Yaus. It just needs to dump it in the pit. Young Bones, what a disappointment that was. Captain Flippington came straight in, turned Yaus on its back. All it had to do was leave it. And it didn't. It turned it back on its wheels, and look what's happened. It's now Yaus battling the Observerbot. You must say though that the Observerbot seems to be on top. Yaus is almost on its back. I think that's what the Observerbot's trying to do. It just needs to push Yaus into the pit. Stop messing around, Observerbot. We don't want to print too many certificates. And here we go. It's over. Yaus is in the pit. But what a turnaround that was. Instantly, Young Bones robot Captain Flippington got up to a mega start, turning Yaus onto his back. But once it had turned Yaus back onto its wheels, there was only going to be one winner. With the sturdy spike weapon, Yaus has destroyed Young Bones and then goes on to chase the Observerbot. But it was the Observerbot that was victorious in the end. However, Yaus will be in the next battle. What a mistake by Captain Flippington, and that means that it is eliminated from the competition. Great performance from Yaus after the initial onslaught to turn the match around and flip Flippington into flipping oblivion. Battle 3 takes us to the Carnival, where the Viral King is present. Carnival Crusher versus the Viral King. Meet Carnival Crusher with the picture of a man called Mike Dawson on the front. This was designed by the creator of the Carnival Crusher, Mike Dawson, hence the face on the front. This one has 2 crushing hammers at the side that claw together to trap and damage opponents. It is invertible as well, so it will run both ways up. But these weapons are rather flimsy and could risk being taken off. I've always been scared of the Carnival. I'm sure you will be too soon.
I'm Mike Dawson, and this is my bot, Carnival Crusher. It's got 2 hammers, and it's gonna send your bot to the Hall of Death. Only way out of there is death. Also, did you kill Rita?
Take a bow, raise your glasses. Praise be to the Viral King. This one is made from a real crown, in just as much as the Banter Wars Trophy is made out of pure gold. And the main weaponry for this kingly robot is the spinning kingly spikes on the side. This is a full body spinner, so it will spin 360 degrees in order to damage the opponents from all angles. But it is a slow robot and it does wobble, so it is likely to fall over at some point.
I am the Viral King, and I'm here to win Banter Wars 2.0. I have sent forth my champion to destroy my foes. I will see you on the battlefield for the very last time.
So we have the Carnival Crusher. We have the Viral King. There can only be one winner. Who's it gonna be? Spinning blades against hammers. One winner. The King or the Carnival Crusher. They come straight into each other. Viral King quite quick out the traps there, but Carnival Crusher pretty slow actually. That was unexpected. The Observerbot has to come in and separate the two for a bit more action. Those hammer weapons do look dangerous on the Carnival Crusher, as do the Viral King's spinning blades, but one of them's come off, and a hammer's come off too. Both these ropes are fallen to pieces. There goes another bit. The Viral King's only got one weapon left. We've seen these robots tumble to pieces within a matter of seconds. Both of them, one hammer left on Carnival Crusher, one spike left on the Viral King. This could go off way. Oof! Carnival Crusher almost fell into the pit there. You've got to be careful around that pit. Bit of bad driving can lead you down it. Viral King trying to get to the wheels of the Carnival Crusher, which needs to get its hammer in on the action because the Viral King is smoking. It's close to the edge. Oh, Carnival Crusher's falling in! What poor piece of driving, that was awful! Carnival Crusher drives into the pit and Viral King spins off in celebration. What a poor performance from the Carnival Crusher that was. The smoking Viral King was so close to defeat, gets pitted by the Observerbot. That was too easy. Oh, and the Observerbot falls in itself. That was a fun battle. There's pieces of robot all over the arena. But it's the Viral King that triumphs. Carnival Crusher, back to the clown house. And so will the Observerbot after that bit of drunk driving. Some poor driving from everyone there, I think. But it's the Viral King that goes through that one. I think Carnival Crusher was scared of its own shadow there. It just drove straight in the pit. Nevertheless, Viral King joins Yaus and Elfblade in the next round, and we have one more battle to go until the semi-final of this heat. We have Millimate versus Game Magician. Let's just go. Now this is a strange one, Game Magician, because it's had a few name changes in the past. It was originally built by Gamers Light, who changed his name to Baldman Aaron, and hence the robot went through a change of design as well. And then Baldman Aaron decided to become Gamers Light again, after these battles had been filmed. And so, Gamers Light's robot is designed like Baldman Aaron's robot, but it's still called Game Magician, so don't worry about that, that's what we're going to call it. Main weapon, pushing power. It has no active weaponry, but it has got that immense power in the robot. Great wheels, great traction. It uses the power of magic.
What is up, magicians? My name is GamerSlight. I run a channel on YouTube in which I do gaming commentaries, let's plays, montages, ridiculous dances, and soon some close-up street magic. So if that sounds like your kind of thing, then head over to my channel and check it out. Now, let me introduce my robot. Here's a slight thing, he's also very small. But you know what they say, great things come in small packages. He's a gamer, he's a magician, he's Game Magician, and he's gonna lick everyone's backside. I mean kick everyone's backside. So please guys, support me in the Banter Wars series, and of course my gay piece of steel. Oh god. Did I just say that really?
Millimeter! The Dutch Maverick with the helicopter blades on top, quite high up from the ground, so they don't have the greatest range, but it does have that lifting spike at the front in order to throw robots in the air and whack them sideways with those great blades. Despite the size of said blades, this thing does not fly, so don't expect it to have takeoff, unless you expect takeoff to be taking off in this competition to glory. Who knows, maybe it could happen. Let's find out what he says about it.
Legend has it that in the Banter Wars series, there is one machine so mean, so ruthless, and so rotating. There is no other robot that can merely question his power, question his rage, and question his rotations. Equipped with weapons of epic proportions, where one looks like, well, a small appendix kind of thing, and rotating blades. Welcome to the stage of Banter Wars, the Me Machine!
Ooh, this is a juicy one. Game Magician versus Millimate, both unusual robots, both powerful robots. Very hard to call is pushing power versus the helicopter blades. Millimate starts from a distance up in the air. The Game Magician seems to be chasing the Observer Bot. That's not where you should be going for, Game Magician. You should be going for Millimate. The pit opens. Oh, Game Magician almost falls into the pit instantly. That was a bit poor from the Observer Bot. You gotta concentrate, man. You gotta focus. And now, Game Magician is pushing Millimate's robot against the wall. It's got some great pushing power, so I expect it to win the battle of the pushing. And it's not letting Millimate go, it's just pushing against the wall. That's right, Observer Bot, sort it out. Millimate needs to get back into the thick of this because the Game Magician is running riot at the moment. And now getting pushed towards the side, but Millimate's robot is on its side against the arena wall. Great push from Game Magician to push the robot up against the side. Is it going to get down from there? It's using those blades and it can get down from there, but it's against the angle grinder, and there's a wheel. I can see a wheel come off. I don't know who it's come off, but Game Magician's not moving. Now it's moving. And Millimate is moving in circles. I think the wheel's gone from it. There's the wheel now. The Observer Bot takes a look, and I think it's Millimate's wheel that's gone. Half the robot is out of it, and it gets pushed again by the Game Magician against the side. This is a trouncing. This is much more one-sided than I thought it would be. Millimate under pressure again against the side wall. Game Magician, what a performance this is. A real robot to watch in this competition. Even without the active weaponry, it is destroying Millimate. And now Millimate's being counted out. Game Magician is free to take on the Observer Bot and see if he can dump it into the pit. And the Observer Bot is struggling as well. This is unusual. Observer Bot is usually well on top of these things, but Gamer's Light has got it in his grasp. But no, what a mistake! It's in the pit. The Observer Bot gets away with that. Whew, what a lucky bit of driving there from the Observer Bot. Throughout that, Millimate was under pressure from the word go. Game Magician, what a superb performance, taking off a wheel of Millimate and almost putting the Observer Bot in the pit, but for a piece of poor driving. Unlucky. Next time, maybe. So that's Millimate out. Wonderful performance from Game Magician. That was probably the standout performance of this heat so far. So Millimate is out, while Game Magician goes on with Yaus, Viral King and Elfblade to the next round. Let's see what the lads have to say about that action. Well, there's some pretty entertaining round 1 battles there, actually.
Yeah, they were pretty good. Better than last year, I think. Much better.
Better than last time, yeah. What was your favourite?
My favourite probably was Gamer's Light. I like those pushing robots.
That one did perform pretty well.
Yeah.
It's unfortunate because Millimate's got the weird rotating helicopter blades,
That's
but
something
it's too,
different, isn't it?
too high
Yeah.
off the ground.
It's not hitting anything.
But we have had some bad driving already in this one.
Yeah.
Care to describe that one?
Why? They were winning.
There was a couple of bad moments. Obviously, Young Bones, turning Yaus over and then
He had it in the bag.
deciding to.
Had it in the bag.
Yeah.
That was poor.
That was
Poor
absolutely-
choice.
Young Bones is also the Sumo champion from. No, not Sumo. Team Trash.
Team Trash.
Team Trash champion from Series 1.5. And again, Yaus was Foreigners champion. So, meeting of champions and poor decision making cost
Yeah.
Young Bones dearly there.
Should have just left it. Had it beat. You tried going for a bit more damage, but was it worth it? Was not worth it.
No. And then obviously Carnival Crusher dumping itself into the pit.
Oh dear.
Not a good
What can we
idea.
say about that?
But either way, next round we have, I believe it's Yaus versus Gamers Light
Right.
and Viral King versus Elfblade.
Who do you reckon's gonna be through?
Gamers Light versus Yaus is a difficult one because Gamers Light probably the best performance in that first round, absolutely destroying Millimate, but then Yaus is the Foreigners champion and is rarely beaten.
Yeah.
The other one, I've got to go with Elfblade.
Elfblade.
I've got to go with that because Viral King just looks a bit weak.
Okay. Fair enough.
What do you reckon?
Good comments. It's gonna be tough. It's gonna be tough.
Gonna be tough. It's gonna be very tough. It's gonna be tough. Sorry. On to round 2.
Enough now.
What a battle this could be. Game Magician so impressed in the first round against the international Foreigners champion Yaus. Can't wait for this one. 3, 2, 1. Yaus versus Game Magician. This could be the battle of the heat. And Game Magician on the side of Yaus. This could be dangerous. Yaus is now getting turned up, getting pushed. Game Magician is pushing Yaus. Not quite on his back yet. Yaus gets away with it thus far. But this is an amazing start by Game Magician. And again, pushing Yaus. Is it going to get pushed onto its back? So there it goes now. Yaus is on its back. What an onslaught from Game Magician. This robot is so impressive. Yaus has barely had a shout in so far in this match. And it might not do yet. It's upside down. It's not going anywhere. I think Game Magician might just leave it on its back, you know. And it almost turns itself over. It's so powerful. That could have been a bad bit of driving, but I think Yaus is already out of it, so there's nothing wrong with trying, but it turns Yaus over again. That could be a bad decision, though it's still got Yaus pinned against the arena wall. And I think I've just seen a wheel come off there. I think that's a wheel. That is a wheel. Yaus is 1 wheel down, 2 wheels down. I don't know how many times I've said wheel, but enough that Yaus is now out of it. He's got no wheels, no way of driving. And Game Magician, what a performance this has been again from the Magician robot. Powered by David Blaine, more like powered by Nuclear Arsenal. This is an amazing performance. And can Observerbot beat it again? That's a big question now, because Game Magician had Observerbot in its grasp in the last game, but got unlucky. Why is it spinning in circles? Who knows? The Observerbot comes in with another attack. but it's not as powerful as Game Magician. We thought the Observer Bot was immensely powerful, infinitely powerful even, and now it's under Game Magician. It just has to edge it forward to the pit, and it's all over. The Observer Bot pushes Game Magician into the pit, and it's out! How did it escape that? I don't know. But Game Magician survives death. It crawls in and just claws its way out. The Observer Bot didn't quite push it in enough there. And now it's under pressure from Game Magician. Can Game Magician turn it round and push Observer Bot in the pit? It's looking possible. And it's happening. It's the Observer Bot's in the pit. Game Magician follows, but Observer Bot takes a tumble, and Game Magician has done the double. It's beaten Yaus, it's beaten Observer Bot. It will be getting the certificate at the end of the competition. What a performance, taking out the international champion and our tamed house robot. I don't see many beating this robot. Massively impressive. Even escaped the pit within the... I don't know how it did it. Magic, probably. What a battle, and Yaus dumped out by the Magician. Game Magician prevails through to the Heap final to face either Elfblade or Viral King. We'll go see that battle right now. Elfblade, slow but sturdy. Viral King, powerful but unstable. This could be a great battle. And we're in 3, 2, 1. Viral King versus Elfblade. I can't call it, I'm sure you can't either. And part of the weapon of Elfblade has come off right from the start here. The Viral King comes in with an onslaught onto the frontal lifting spikes of Elfblade, and one of them has come off. Nevertheless, Elfblade still has 3 active weapons available to its disposal, and Viral King is on its side. Now, I'm not sure if it can self-right. I don't think it can. Now, Viral King is upside down, and Elfblade well on top despite losing that initial bit of weaponry. Doesn't seem determined to turn Viral King back over now, and it's probably wise not to at this stage. But maybe the Observer Bot will try just to give us a bit more action to get our little teeth into. While these robots get their big teeth into each other's shells, Elfblade now slapping the Viral King with that ninja elf weapon. Ninja elf. That's quite interesting, actually. Ninja elves. Quite an amazing little creature, I'm sure. But it's now beating up Viral King without mercy. Observer Bot turns it back over, probably trying to get a bit more action out of this battle. It's been good so far, but we want to see more blood. We want to see more King's blood. We want to see more Elf's blood. And we're bound to get some eventually. But Elfblade, right now, definitely the superior robot. Viral King backs away, comes after the Observer Bot for some reason, and that's what you get when you go after the Observer Bot. You don't get after the Observer Bot and get away with it. Observer Bot shows some mercy and tips Viral King back over, but Elfblade is now on the ascendancy, and the Viral King is being attacked from all angles. Thankfully, it can defend itself from all angles. I think that's another one gone from the Elfblade. Another lifting spike is off. And at this moment, I don't think it's going to count for much. But there goes the other. That's all the lifting spikes off Elfblade now. Can Viral King turn this battle around? It would be one of the major comebacks of Banter Wars, I'm sure. It would be immense. But Elfblade is going to have to fall spectacularly from grace for that to happen. And Viral King tries to attack the Observer Bot again. Oh, look at that. Get out of my way, Viral King. I'm done with you. Look at that slap on the side of Viral King. And that killed it. The Viral King is out. And Elfblade, stunning performance here. Absolutely annihilated the Viral King. But that Elfblade is just a little too high to attack the Observer Bot. That pushed onto the flipper. And through the air it goes. I think that's the first time we've seen the flipper. That's a constant feature in Banter Wars. But Elfblade went flying and is now upside down. A toy for the Observer Bot. Now onto the drop zone. Just show some mercy, Observer Bot. This robot's still got to go to a Heat final, you know. At the end, it's over. Viral King trounced. Trounced, bounced, crounced. Whatever rhymes with that word. Whatever happened to it. It's gone. It's out of this competition. Elfblade through despite taking some late punishment from the Observer Bot. Another good battle to take us in to the Heat final. Elfblade progresses with Game Magician. Viral King sinks out of the competition, demoted to peasant rank. Let's get the opinions of our 2 experts.
close enough, isn't it? You got it on that twice now.
Got what on there twice?
A clap.
The clap. Oh, okay.
Be
I've
aware of
got the clap.
Okay, fair enough. Is that on for the outtakes?
No, we'll keep this rolling. Those were some excellent battles for round 2.
Yes.
Sorry for that little distraction there. Yeah, the things we talk about during these battles, but they were good battles. They did keep us entertained.
Yes, again, a good battle. So, great win by Gamers Light, I think.
Beat the Observer bot.
Beat the Observer bot as well.
No luck involved either. Just straight up beat the Observer bot.
Outpowered.
That's what your robot should have been.
Should have.
It's not though, is it?
Just wait.
So Gamers Light and Elfblade through to the final. Quite different styles of robot again. Bad luck to the other 2.
Yes. We're moving now on to the sumo matches.
Gotta love a bit of sumo. Hopefully it'll last a bit longer than last time.
Yeah.
Let's see the sumo.
Oh, how I do love our sumo competition, and we've got 2 more competitors here to join Bradley White's robot in the sumo semi-final. We have the claws as usual, we also have the flame pits. We have our 2 competitors, the Wizard of Banter's returning machine. This one reached the grand final of Series 1. It's now got a giant saw rather than the 360 body spinner. It's sturdier, more stable, but is the weapon as effective as it used to be? We'll have to find out. It put in some sizzling performances in Series 1, defeating Null's Anchor's robot, defeating Captain Crapbeard's pirate ship. And once it got through to the grand final, that's where it met its match. It came up against Billy Bob Beard. And without a stream hack and with an unstable robot, it met its match, it was destroyed, it was defeated. And that's where it left the competition. But it's back. Next up, Kevin. Completely unchanged from Series 1 where it went out in the first round. This one still has the massive crunching jaw, the unique design that won the most original design in Series 1. But it's easily toppled, and that could be a major problem here against the return of the wizard. As mentioned, it went out in the first battle of its heat in Series 1 against It's-A-Me and the Banter Wolf. It had a good nip at It's-A-Me, but it got toppled too easily and left for dead as It's-A-Me and the Banter Wolf progressed to the next round. Kevin returned some more, but it's unchanged and unpredictable. The Wizard of Banter's robot and Kevin returning for some sumo action in this Series 2. I've got my predictions, but who knows if they're correct or not. Kevin immediately off to a slow start. Wizard of Banter with that new circular saw weapon at the front. Not quite as effective maybe, but it still turns Kevin over. And that's all it needs to do at this stage because Kevin has no stability pretty much and is right against the edge of the arena now. This battle's lasted longer than the last one, but now it's looking dangerous for Kevin. It could be toppled, it's being toppled, and it's going over. It is over. The Wizard of Banter's robot has progressed through to the semi-final of this sumo competition. It was a bit of a mismatch really. The Wizard of Banter's strong, capable robot against Kevin's unchanged robot. It was always going to go one way. Another quick sumo battle.
Yes, Wizard of Banter easily beat Kevin there. I don't know even why Kevin bothered.
It hasn't changed since Series 1, where it did fail miserably there as well.
Yeah.
Where it lost to Mario's robot. Unchanged, and the performance didn't change much. Wizard of Banter was alright.
Could we do the final now?
Can we do... I don't think Lockie's too impressed with the sumo.
No.
No.
It's been boring.
It will improve in time, I'm sure. So let's move on to the final. Who's going to win this one? We've got Gamers Light and Elfblade.
I think Gamers Light.
Gamers Light?
I think so.
Faster, more powerful?
Yeah, the pushing robots I think got this in the bag.
Yeah. So we think Gamers Light. What do you think? Let's go find out who wins.
Let's go.
So we've dealt with round 1, we've dealt with round 2, we've even dealt with the sumo. There's one thing left to deal with, the Heap final. Elfblade against Game Magician, both so impressive in this heat so far. But I've got to go with Game Magician for this one. It looks powerful,
it looks strong, and it looks capable. Let's see if my predictions come true. Game Magician with the Bald Man Aaron paint job yet to be updated, and Elfblade with the lava coating stands wary, tense, nervous, and I would be too. And I'm not surprised. Game Magician has been so effective in this heat so far. Can it do that final step and take out Elfblade, the slow, sluggish, but also equally dangerous and strong Elfblade machine? Right now it's Game Magician on the ascendancy, pushing underneath Elfblade. It just needs to topple it over. It's underneath still. Elfblade not quite over yet. And Game Magician is parked on the arena flipper. You don't want to do that because that's what happens. And now Game Magician is upside down. Elfblade lands back on its wheels. And that could be it. Game Magician, what were you thinking? Get off the arena flipper. That's not where you belong. That's what happens if you play around with our arena obstacles. Elfblade cruising to victory now. Game Magician upside down, being counted out. And there's no helping it now. Elfblade has won this battle. How? I don't know. Game Magician has been so effective in this heat. Elfblade has snuck its way to victory. Not even with its own fortune there. It was Game Magician's poor driving. Now Elfblade's upside down. It's lost the blade. I can't speak anymore. I'm just so stunned at what's happened here. Elfblade will progress through to the grand final, but it's not going to be at the Observer Bot unless the Observer Bot shows some sort of mercy and puts it back in its wheels. Elfblade now on the flame grill. The Observer Bot spins its victory dance. And all it has to do now is place it into the pit, and it's over. But it wants to have more playtime. It wants more fun with this robot. It wants to rub it in. Even though Elfblade has come gallantly, fought bravely, and finds itself in the final of Banter Wars Series 2. Off come the lifting forks. And now the Observer Bot wonders, do I put it on the pit first? Do I open the pit first? I don't know. I think I'll put it on the pit. Yes, that will do. Now all you have to do is back up, bang, and out goes Elfblade. It couldn't beat the Observer Bot, but it still beats Game Magician. What a shock this is. Probably one of the shocks of the series so far, I've got to say. It could be the shock of the tournament. Game Magician stops, maybe breaks down on the pit. Not the pit, the arena flipper. And Elfblade progresses through despite losing out to the Observer Bot in the end. That doesn't matter. It goes through. Poor performance from Game Magician after such promising battles beforehand. But that's it. Elfblade progresses. Game Magician drops out rather unceremoniously. We'll be seeing Elfblade again in the grand final of Banter Wars Series 2. Back for some more opinions with the Prime Minister and the Vice President. Wow, another great heat final.
Good grief.
It was another unusual heat final.
Yeah, and another low power driving. This has got to stop. This really got to stop.
Well, Gamers Light was well on top.
And then it just stopped on the flipper. What did it expect was going to happen?
Maybe it got stuck.
Maybe.
These things happen, or maybe it was just an example of poor AI. Shut up, seagulls! Oh, that's not a seagull, that's a buzzard. Is it a buzzard?
Yeah.
You're interrupting our show!
Wow. We have to re-record this.
No. But that was Heat B. And yeah, we got birds flying around. This isn't the most ideal location. Actually, it is the most ideal location. It's very relevant.
Yes.
Did you know that there's a second one? They have to come at the wrong time, don't they? There's actually robots everywhere here. We've got robot chairs, we've got robot plants.
Robot buzzards.
Everything here is actually made out of metal. Maybe I'm a robot. Maybe he's a robot. Maybe you're a robot. Stay tuned for Heat C of Banter Wars next week, next Friday, at around 6 o'clock, assuming that he's go up at the right time. Say goodbye.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. See you next week. Next time, we have lasers in the ring. We have the Clusterbot OK Multiplay working as a team. And we also have some rather delicious, rather yummy fish pie. Next time in Heat C of Banter Wars Series 2. Have you enjoyed this episode of Banter Wars? Please remember to like, subscribe, comment and share if you did. Remember, the more you share, the bigger the show becomes, the better it becomes. Submissions are open for Series 3. If you're interested in entering, please either send a PM to the Prime Minister on Ahol's Twitter or go to watch the entrance video given in the description below. If you want to keep up to date with Banter Wars action, go to the Banter Wars Facebook page or go to the Banter Wars wiki, which is given in the link below. Thanks again for watching. Goodbye.